A fresh dose of tech news and insight. This is breaking news on Eagle Eyes on Tech. A new iPad mini, and the reason for is not unexpected. It is Wednesday, October 16th, 2024. This is Eagle Eyes on Tech. I'm Eagle Falcon. All right, so Apple went ahead and just decided to launch a new iPad. Didn't tell anyone. It's just there now. Why? We don't know. It just is there. So they go ahead and put out a press announcement. I am still going ahead and just okay. They go ahead and put out a press announcement right here. You can see new iPad mini built specifically for Apple Intelligence. This is going to use the A17 Pro chip. This is not... Actually, I'm now doubting myself. I wanted to say that the iPhone 16 uses the A18, but at the very last minute of reporting this, I now suddenly doubt myself. So let me go ahead and just very, very quickly take a look before I go ahead and say something stupid. Yeah, the iPhone 16 does in fact use the A18. So this is going to use the A17. We can actually see it right here, the A17 Pro. And that's pretty much the only real new update. Now, what some people are saying, which is interesting, is that this thing has 16 gigabytes of RAM. I am not seeing any details here saying that, but I also admit I am going through very, very quickly. And why this is interesting is because the iPad Pro starts with 8. So you know how we talk about how Apple does these weird sort of product cycles where just suddenly in a product lineup, a product is just suddenly worse than a cheaper version? We have that kind of again. I mean, except the processor on the iPad Pro is way better. It's a full-size M4, I think. Yeah, M4 chip. But the iPad mini has more RAM, which is going to be key for running AI and a lot of other tasks. In addition, we have updated Apple Pencil support, and that's pretty much it. Honestly, the fact that there is no announcement for this isn't too surprising, but it does mean that, the likelihood of there being an Apple event is now way less, because this would have been fine to just go like, oh, hey, new iPad minis is the best iPad mini we ever made. It would have been a perfect little like bullet point to just say, this is the best thing we ever made. Best thing we ever made since sliced bread. The fact they just dump it out now makes you wonder, is there going to be a November 4th announcement? Because this is going to be available when? I'm just trying to scroll down and get... Yeah, because this is a pre-order. Available in space gray, blue, purple, starlight. All these are very pastel, very light colors. I'm not going to lie. It's going to be available October 23rd. So this would be available before an Apple announcement. So at least it has that going for it. But yeah, new iPad mini. The lineup is now more confusing because now we've got what? The iPad mini that is ready for the future. The iPad, which I'm willing to bet is not. Yeah, it's way out of date. That's going to be unable to run their AI software. The iPad Air, which might actually, this runs an M2 if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, this runs an M2 but has less RAM. Assuming that the 16 gigs on the iPad mini is correct. We have no confirmation. And even on Apple's own page, that's the other weird thing. On Apple's own tech specs, you can see there's nothing here saying what the RAM is. So it's hard to say what is going on there. But this is the most powerful iPad that is not the Air or the Pro. Puts in a weird spot. It puts in a very weird spot. And also in other news that is kind of big, but not really one that I would talk about normally. But we've been talking about like Twitch and what it takes to actually get banned on Twitch. Asmongold, a big, I'd say World of Warcraft streamer, but let's be honest, he is definitely a React streamer nowadays, giving takes that are their takes. They are takes. I can say that they are takes for sure. And he had a very, very spicy take yesterday, dabbling into one of the golden rules you should never ever break in content creation. Do not talk about religion. Do not talk about politics. And especially do not talk about the Middle East. 2 of these golden rules were broken. And lo and behold, it gets you in hot water. Had a very hot take in regards to the conflict in the Middle East, which got political. Despite the fact that he is one of the biggest streamers on Twitch, his channel that he streams on, Zach Rar, has been banned. Reports are saying that it is a 14-day ban. I do not believe Asmongold has confirmed that. I should probably actually quickly see if there's been an update since. I'm actually recording this right after the stream. No, he has not said anything. He has made an apology pretty much right after the right after he made the hot take on the 14th. Reports are saying 14 days. That wouldn't surprise me at all. But it does mean that neither of his accounts, Zach Rar, is just inaccessible right now, and the actual Asmongold account itself, he cannot stream on it because that is then ban evasion. But here's the thing, right? I'm not going to talk about his take at all. I have no interest in breaking that golden rule at all. But a lot of people are saying that, you know, I can't believe it. It's one of Twitch's biggest cash cows and they just ban him. Let me tell you something. Asmongold is not a cash cow for Twitch at all. In fact, he's a burden, if anything, because he streams on the Zach Rar channel, which is not partnered and is not even affiliate, which means that it just has the basic pre-roll ads, and that's it. That account generates nothing for Twitch and is actually a drain on Twitch. The fact that it might only be a 14-day ban is actually surprising because it's a perfect excuse to just cut it off. Because Twitch would rather see Asmon on his actual Asmongold channel, so that way, first off, Asmongold then earns money rather than just raw donations, and then also Twitch can then start justifying running more ads. There's the sub button that Twitch gets a cut of. There's a lot more involved there. Yeah. So, you know, that's kind of the situation there. The fact they went ahead and even did the ban in the first place is kind of surprising to a degree. I shouldn't say that. This definitely would fall into the category of I'm shocked, but not surprised. There's also been a lot of other reports saying that, like, oh man, the companies that Asmongold works with, like OTK and Starforge Computers, people are like abandoning ship from both of them. I have not been able to find any solid evidence of that. Just people claiming that it's happening with nothing backing it up. I have no idea. Maybe there's gonna be something more to talk about with it, but who knows? The only thing I can say for sure is that there's a reason why I call it one of the golden rules of entertainment. You just don't touch politics, because you have a 50-50 shot of any one of your members of your audience disagreeing with you and then starting a huge problem. And you don't want that. You don't want to talk about the Middle East, because a lot of people have some really, really strong opinions on how things are handled in the Middle East. And quite frankly, everything involving it is a long, long history, very, very complex, and it's just not worth it. It's not worth it to talk about. And religion kind of goes in the same boat. You know, that just is what it is. So we'll see how things go. I will be getting back on if more things develop from Apple. I'm actually far more interested to see what that goes with. If all the strong rumor people say that, you know, because they all said that November 4th event, iPad minis, Mac minis, iMacs. Well, iPad minis just dropped. Are they going to have an event just for Mac minis and iMacs? Is MacBook Pros going to be in there too? Maybe. I don't know. But something doesn't seem right, because all of us already, the leakers and the people reporting, are now incredibly wrong. Oh hey, Dr. Speck said he'd retire before streaming on Kick. There was reports earlier about Dr. Respect Me offered a large sum to stream on Kick, but oh well. That's going to do it for me. Get out there. Conquer the day.